everybody, it's me, Sushreeya, and today we are back for a very interesting and mind-blowing topic. Can you guess what it is? That's right, we are going to be talking about optical illusions, whistling our brain and all. Now, you've probably seen a lot of optical illusions on social media and where not. And the optical illusions you've probably seen look like this. There are so many different types of optical illusions. Some make it like the paper's moving, some look like they're two different figures, some are lines parallel or not, and there are so many more optical illusions in this world. So today we are going to be discussing how does our brain see an optical illusion? Why does our brain get confused? Now to start off, we need to know what a neural connection is. Now, neural connection is this big and fancy word for the connections that go from the brain to the eye. We have a lot of different connections like spinal fluid that helps our body stay standing upright. So, let's dive in. When we see something, light bounces off our eye or observes into the object, we know all these different ways that light helps us see objects. Now, for optical illusions, there's this very special scenario. For example, let's say you have an optical illusion that looks like this. Why don't we take a look at the first part of the picture? At first, it looks like there's a bridge and there are some clouds that are within that bridge. But now look at the rest of it. You'll soon find out that that bridge isn't indeed a ship. And that's very cool because those clouds make that mast, and that solid floor makes that deck of the ship. That's really cool, right? Why don't we take another optical illusion that looks like this? When our brain interprets these lines, which we think are not parallel, we think they'll probably intersect soon. Our brain gets a different connection and it kind of gets confused. What is it seeing? For example, now let's take a look at this picture. I'm pretty sure that you have seen this in a lot of places. In between those lines, it looks like there are gray dots there. But are there gray dots there? Because of the light contrast between the black and the white, we think that there are these tiny little circles there. If we would switch the shapes, making the squares black and the lines white, or if you do it in this scenario, that same case happens. You would think that there's this white or black or gray circle within those lines. Do they exist? They don't. Because the light contrary of the black and white, our eyes misinterpret those dots that aren't actually there. Finally, let's take a look at one of my favorite optical illusions. Is it a duck or is it a rabbit? Some scientists even use this to tell out your personality. I don't even know if that's true. Now, if we tilt this picture a little, it looks like it's a duck. But if you see it upright, you might think that it's a rabbit. Before we end today, I'd really like to tell you about this one artist named William Hill, also known on the internet as W.E. Hill. He was an artist that was born in New York, later moved to Chicago, and then to San Francisco. He made a lot of interesting artwork pieces about a reality in life, and he made one optical illusion that looks like this. Is it an old woman or is it a young woman? Now, studies have shown depending on your age, you will misinterpret what it is looking like that. It actually could be both. Generally, studies show that the older people think that this is an older woman. However, younger people would think that this is a young woman. Very interesting, right? And there are so many other artists out there that make these really cool optical illusions. Some of them have even made their way onto the traffic roads. It looks like the intersecting lines are floating. So that ends it for today about optical illusions. There are so many different optical illusions in our world, but can you guess the truth out? Let's see all the different optical illusions sometime now or then. I hope you enjoyed. Stay safe. Bye, everybody.